Hey guys, welcome to Omega Sports. This is our Saturday Mega Wellness live Facebook event. I'm Dell with Omega Sports, and I'm here with Stephanie. Stephanie, say hello to everybody.
Good morning.
So Stephanie is the proud owner of Rise and Flow, a yoga studio out of Greensboro, North Carolina. Stephanie's been gracious enough to do a sneak preview of our new live show called Saturday Mega Wellness. I want to welcome her. Stephanie, today you're not actually in your studio, you're actually practicing social distancing at home. So go ahead and say hello to everybody.
Yes, hello everyone. So definitely coming live from in my house, and it's a little different teaching yoga classes not inside of the studio. I'm really missing my little piece of sanctuary, but have merged the two with my home now. So
Well, great. We love having you. Stephanie, let's get folks to know you a little bit more. So how long have you had Rise and Flow, and what inspired you to open up this business?
yeah, so I opened Rise and Flow in November 2018. So it'll be 2 years in November. It's really hard to believe, but super exciting. And really, I opened the space to create a welcoming environment for people who are absolutely new to yoga. So when you look at the different students that come into Rise and Flow, they vary from all religions, backgrounds, and ethnicities. They come from all over, and it's really cool because most of them are starting their yoga journey for the very first time. And they're using the studio not only as a place to practice, but as a place to build community and to meet people who are ready to welcome them with open arms and cheer them on and support them in other ways. And we're all on this yoga journey together, learning as we go and learning about holistic wellness as we go too, because many people have this idea of what wellness looks like, but there's so many simple things that you can do to keep your body and mind healthy and well.
Well, great. Well, Stephanie, I know there's a personal story that you have that started with an injury that took you to this holistic wellness path. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, so in 2011, I was actually a senior in high school, and I suffered a severe concussion. And after that concussion, of course, I endured a long recovery road. And on that recovery journey, many doctors were encouraging meditation. And so actually long before I even started yoga, I started meditation and understanding what it meant to truly provide your mind rest, but also stimulate your mind as well. And so I use a lot of my teachings through recovery from my concussion and meditation. I use those in my yoga classes as well, because one of the things that we tend to forget about is our mind and how we have to exercise our mind as well. We have to also give our mind and brain rest. And so that is something I encourage in all of our yoga classes, no matter what type of yoga session it is.
Well, great. Well, Stephanie, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you the floor in a second. I'll go ahead and let you set up.
Okay.
While you're setting up for your, you're going to take everyone through a basic yoga session, correct?
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
A beginner-friendly yoga class. No props are needed, just your body and your breath.
All right. Well, great. Well, I'll let you go ahead and walk back. Everyone, we're getting a sneak preview of a little section of Stephanie's home there, where she does her home workouts. While she's getting set up and the camera is getting positioned, I want to just let people know we sent out a great email today to remind folks of not only our new Saturday Mega Wellness Live Facebook show. This is our sneak preview, so we'll be doing more of these. Stephanie's going to join us actually next week as well to help kick off our show. We also included in the email a great new program called iHeart NC Nurses. It's actually the second year for Omega Sports to do something special for local area nurses. More than ever, this is a fantastic opportunity for us to recognize those that are doing so much good in our community. So definitely open up your emails today and check out that information. And of course, we've got more Brooks. We've loaded, even last night, I got notifications from our e-com team that we have loaded even more styles of some of our favorite Brooks running shoes. So definitely check out our email and definitely go to omegasports.com. But first, I'm going to go ahead and deliver a great yoga session via Stephanie here, who's positioned in her area of Greensboro. Stephanie, I'm going to go ahead and give you the floor.
All right, thank you, Dale. All right, so this morning's yoga though is really beginner friendly. So there's no props needed, just your body and your breath. And I'm actually in my home, and it's pretty cool to practice yoga within my home because there's no judgment. There's absolutely no expectations. I can just come to my mat, be myself, and practice however I want. And it's really cool to kind of be in this space locally, and it's awesome to bring that piece that I found at Rise and Flow into my home as well. So I hope that during this yoga practice this morning you find your personal peace and you create this sacred space that you can go back into once the yoga class is over. So we're just going to get started in mountain pose, right? Many think that mountain pose is a really inactive pose, but it's very active. So let's make this posture as active as possible. The feet are hip distance apart, right? Our pelvis is slightly tucked under, and our palms are facing forward, and we roll our shoulders up, back, and down. And I like to give our shoulders a little extra love. So roll them one more time, up, back, and down. And oftentimes we hold our head back because we have heavy heads, right? But keep your chin nice and neutral, right? Elongating your neck and your spine. Take a full breath in through your nose. Exhale, let it go. Feel the mat beneath your feet, right? Feel your legs and your hips truly grounded through all four corners of your feet. Take another breath in through your nose. Exhale, let it go. Settle in. Keep breathing in through your nose and out the nose. Okay. And then we're going to come into some synchronizing of our arms and our breath, right? So as we move our arms up, we're going to take a nice inhale. And as our arms fall, we're going to exhale, emptying that breath completely out. And soften your face. Give yourself a smile as you move through these postures. It's really lighthearted and simple. We're just warming up our body, warming up our breath. Let your movement match the length of your inhale and your exhale. Truly take your time. Inhale fully through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Come back into that beautiful mountain pose that we started with. And take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, let it go. Check back in with your shoulders. Make sure they're relaxed. We create tension when we bring our shoulders up by our ears. So we want to make sure they're dropped. Now we're going to come into some forward folds, really opening up our hamstrings, right? If you've been sitting a lot, your hamstrings may be a little tight. So breathing in, our arms rise, palms meet at the crown of our head, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, inhale your arms all the way up, palms meet. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Then take a pause here, full breath in. Exhale, let it go. Good. I'm going to take a pause here because I just want to make sure I'm paying attention to the chat, just in case you guys have any questions. So we're going to come back, and I'm going to do some forward folds again. I want to make sure that you guys know if your hamstrings are tight, it's okay to have a soft bend in your knees, right? So you don't have to have your legs super straight, and if you're feeling some tightness back there, soften your knees, give your hamstrings relief as we forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, palms meet. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, inhale your arms all the way back up, palms meet. Exhale, bring your hands back to heart center. Take a pause, full breath in. Exhale, let it go. All right, one more time. Inhale your arms all the way up, palms meet the crown of your head. Exhale, forward fold. Really hinging at your hips, tucking your head in towards your bend your knees. Inhale your arms all the way back up, palms meet. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Full breath in. Let it go. All right, awesome job. So you should feel a little open in your hamstrings, and your breath should be getting warm, and you should find a good rhythm between your breath. So the next thing we're going to come into is tree pose. Now, there's different modifications for tree pose, and I want to make sure that I give you guys all of the different variations because everybody, right, everybody looks different, and no matter how many times you're coming to your mat, your body is going to come to your yoga mat differently from day to day. So coming into tree pose, we're going to bring our hands to heart center. Again, relaxing those shoulders, okay? For a tree pose, you can either have the balls of your feet on your mat, allowing the heel of your foot to go on the outside of your ankle, okay? You can also have the bottom of your foot on the side of your shin, okay? Then the knee area is like danger zone, so stay away from that area. You can also bring the foot up, tucked inside of your inner thigh, right up under your pelvis area. Bring your hands to heart center, relax your shoulders, and breathe. So breath also allows you to have balance, right? So the more constant you breathe in through your nose and out the nose, the more calm your body feels and the more supported and safe it feels. So remember to keep breathing, and through challenging postures, always breathe instead of holding your breath. Good. All right, good job. Step out of it. Shake the legs out a little bit. Now we're going to do tree pose on the left side. So again, hips are nicely squared. Left foot, give this side grace, right? So it's not going to look and feel the same side as your right. So you can come onto the balls of your feet. You can lift it on the outside of your shin, or you can tuck it towards your pelvis area. And find calm and peace here. And I'm staring at you guys, but find something to focus on in the space that you're in, right? Find a focal point. And once you have found that focal point, try not to lock your knee, right? Keep it nice and loose. And remember to breathe. It's a constant flowing breath. Okay? All right, step out of it. Shake it out, shake it out. Now we're going to come back to tree. We're going to amp it up just a little bit, so make sure you have enough leg room to get moving. So come to the top of your mat. Okay, we're going to come back into our forward fold. So inhale your arms all the way up, palms meet the crown of your head. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Now from here, step both feet back, right foot, left foot back, coming into a plank. So when you're in plank, you're spread wide, right? You're not pushing into your wrists, which are evenly distributed in your weight. Your hips are in line with your spine, and breathe. Shift your hips to downward dog, right? So your hips are sitting high, your feet are hip distance apart. Take a deep breath in, let it go. Good. Now, lift that right leg for a three-legged dog. Okay? Bend the right knee towards your outer right hip. Come into some hip circles. Just finding some circular motion here with your hips, opening them up. Good. Now, come back into your three-legged. Good. Hug the knee in towards your chest. Step it in between your two hands for a nice low runner's lunge. and breathe. So when you're in your low lunge, your shoulders are pulled back and you're looking straight ahead. Good. Bring your hands to your hips, come to a high lunge. Breathe. You can reach your arms up. Good. Hold it. Find balance here. Now, the fun part, come into tree, right? So lifting this leg, bringing it to the outside of your right leg, come in to tree. And breathe. Full breath in. Let it go. Good. Step out of it. Shake it out, shake it out. Come into mountains, take a breath in, let it go. Breathing in, let it go. All right, we've done the right side. Now we have to do the left side. Here we go. Inhale your arms all the way up, palms meet. Exhale, take your forward fold. This time, planting your hands into your mat, stepping your left foot, right foot back, forward plank. Good, shift your hips down. You got this. All right, now, three-legged dog on the left side. Lifting that left leg. Now bend the left knee towards your outer left hip. Come into some good hip circle. Breathing in, breathing out. Come back into three. Good. Step the left leg through, runner's lunge. Almost there. And breathe. Bring your hands to your hips. Rise with strength. Good. High lunge. You can reach your hands up. Pushing that back heel back. Hips are still squared. Drop the shoulders. Hold it. Now you know what's coming next. Come into a tree. Bring the right leg to the outside of your left leg. Good. Hands to heart center. Almost there. Relax the shoulders and breathe. Good. Step out of it. Give yourself a little pat on the back. Shake it out. All right, come in. Good. So we've kind of amped up our heart rate. So you may notice the breath is a little faster than normal. So the cool part about that is in all kinds of situations, your breath will react to how you're feeling and doing some high intensity movements. So your breath. And the challenging part is always coming back to your core rhythm of that. Right, knowing what your natural breath feels like. Taking a moment to come back to that. It helps you slowly take a deep inhale, exhale, release out the nose. Full breath in, let it go. Good. We're going to inhale our arms back behind us. One of my favorite things to do. Exhale, hug the shoulders. Drop the elbows. And just be here. It's almost like giving yourself this amazing hug while also stretching the shoulders. You can even twist side to side, keeping your feet stable where they are. Good, come back to center, full breath in, let it go. Inhale your arms back behind you once again. Exhale, opposite arm on top this time. Shoulders, drop your elbows. Full breath in, let it go. You can twist side to side. In moments like this, I'm just so grateful to be where I am. And I'm so grateful to be sharing my love for yoga with all of you. Coming back into a mountain, taking a transitional pause, full breath in, let it go. We're going to come back into that synchronized arm and breath movement. So as you inhale, your arms are going to rise. Exhale, they will fall. Inhale, your arms rise. Really make your arms a visual of how your breath is moving up and how your breath is releasing down. 2 more times, inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, letting it go. We all need visual reminders sometimes of how our breath should move through our body, right? It's not staccato, like if you're a piano player. It's not short, choppy breaths, right? It's long breaths, long and full breaths. Good. Bringing our hands to heart center. We're going to begin to close out our session for this morning. Checking in with your body, make sure you are still present on your mat. You still feel the mat up under your feet. You feel your hips being a center and core for your body. Pressing your thumbs against your heart, feeling that you are alive and hopefully well and happy. Relaxing the shoulders, letting any burden, stress, or tension roll off during this moment. Softening your face as we close our eyes. May you continue to find peace and support during this time. You know that everything, absolutely everything you need is already within you. Namaste.
I'm just holding this extra pose for a little longer while Stephanie gets positioned. I'm hugging my shoulders. I was feeling it. Thank you, Stephanie. We appreciate you taking the morning. Guys, this was a fantastic sneak preview. We're going to answer a few questions that we had come in, some prior to the show and then some that we just got in. So I wanted to let Stephanie catch her breath. Again, this is a sneak preview. This is an opportunity for us to work out all the bugs. I know we've had a couple of small little sound issues and maybe some technical glitches with the video, but we are live streaming from multiple cameras. I'm here in Raleigh. Stephanie's in her home. She's nice enough to bring her into her home in Greensboro. So I definitely want to thank her for taking us through those stretches. I was doing some desk yoga because we were making sure things were running smoothly. I see some friends that have joined us online on our Facebook channel. We are going to be doing this every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. So please come back and join us. We're going to go ahead and close out the show with a few questions. Stephanie, are you ready? Have you caught your breath?
I'm ready.
All right. And before I get into these questions, those that have joined us, please make sure you give Stephanie a like, a thumbs up, a shout out. We really want to thank her for her time this morning. She definitely took folks through some basic yoga moves, but certainly if you want to learn more about what Rise and Flow has to offer, Stephanie, you are a local business owner that is practicing social distancing and also following our guidelines. So you actually have a lot of online courses. Do you want to give everyone, before we jump into questions, some updates on your online interactive courses?
Yeah, so our brick and mortar location is actually in Greensboro, just across from the Coliseum. So we like to say they're our front yard. And it's been different to be away from that space right now, but it's been awesome because we launched our virtual classes literally within the week of closing the studio. So it was a lot of hard work getting it going, but it was so worth it. So we have classes Tuesday through Friday at 6:30 p.m. All of them are live and virtual classes with me and my other yoga instructor, Tamra, who is absolutely amazing. And Saturday, we have a 9:30 morning class, and that is truly a basics to yoga, setting the foundations. And the cool part is we really pride ourselves on community. And so while the studio has been open for 2 years, we focus on the Greensboro community and focusing on providing them with mindfulness. But now it has opened up so many doors to reaching people in California and Atlanta and Virginia and providing them with mindfulness. And it's just been so amazing to touch people, just like how we set out to do locally, but now we're doing that a little bit broader.
Well, Stephanie, you are amazing, and I don't even know how you have you're so composed just doing a workout, and now you're answering questions. So I'm gonna throw out a few of these. I've got one, surprisingly, from a guy that started off, Larry. He wants to know, he says, tell me the truth, Stephanie, can guys really benefit from yoga?
Absolutely.
I'm not Larry.
Larry, yes. Again, everybody can learn from yoga, whether it's on or off the mat. And I love to share with other men about my dad and how I feel like when I was going through my yoga journey, he was also going through a mini yoga journey too. He loves to read and is big on just providing health and wellness in a spiritual sense. But when I mentioned, Dad, you should totally come to a yoga class, it would be great for you. And he's like, no, I'm like 6'9". Picture this like tall guy, athletic build, big dude. So he's like, no, I'm good. I'll just watch. But he finally tried a class recently, and his response was amazing. He absolutely loved it. He fell asleep in Shavasana. So that tells me that my job was well done. And he, from being an athlete, he suffers from sports injuries too. And so you can only imagine the different injuries that affect your life once you get older. And so it's such a great relief for those muscles and joints, especially for athletes, but truly for men too. Not to single you guys out, but you guys have some tight muscles. So you got to mix it up between, your strength training and providing some stretching to create elasticity and flexibility within the muscles you hope to use. And yoga is great for that. So Larry, yes.
All right. Well, Stephanie, we're running towards the end. We're going to go over maybe a couple minutes. I just want to get two really important questions out. One, Melissa from Raleigh. She is 4 months pregnant. Can you imagine being pregnant right now? She's 4 months pregnant, and her friends say that she would love yoga. So what are the benefits for a pregnant interested in yoga person?
Yeah, so I'm actually certified in prenatal and postnatal yoga. So, and that is actually the key to finding a studio and yoga instructor that will serve your body best. There are different modifications for people who are pregnant at the time of a yoga class. And so if you are hoping to go into yoga, make sure you ask those questions to your instructor. Are you certified in pre and postnatal care? Are you able to accommodate me in classes? Because there are different pelvic needs, there's different core needs for those that are pregnant. And yoga is great, actually. There's actually ways to lead your body up to giving birth with yoga. And there's some great uses and resources for taking care of your body after birthing the baby as well. So yoga is phenomenal for people who are pregnant. Just make sure that you are asking the right questions to protect your body and your baby.
Great. Well, we've got one last question I'm going to end with. This is an important one for a lot of our Omega customers, but I want to quickly shout out. I see on the screen, I see Lisa, I see Rashawn, I see Brittany. I want to thank our loyal customers for joining in today. Tell your friends, get more people to join every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. More information can always be found at saturday.omegasports.com. We're going to have Stephanie come back next week. But Stephanie, we definitely want to make sure that we end the show today with our most loyal customers, our runners.
Yeah.
So we have a question here. It just simply says, runner from Charlotte. I've been a runner for most of my life. I would love to incorporate yoga into my training. Where do I start? How do I start?
Yes. So typically when you are finding runners in your yoga class, you'll see them kind of wincing when you're sitting on the tops of your feet because a lot of their feet are tight from running and that pounding of the pavement. And yoga is great for runners. There's different ways that you can stretch your hamstrings and the tops of your feet and your calves and shins. And I totally recommend it. One class I would recommend starting with is definitely a restorative class. So it allows you to really find some rest in those muscles that you use over and over again. And restorative yoga is great because it creates that synovial fluid in those joints and muscles that provide elasticity and flexibility. And so oftentimes when we're overworking certain muscles and joints, they tend to kind of look like, I like to give the analogy of like a hard noodle. And so injuries come from people who have muscles and joints that look like hard noodles. And you really want like a cooked noodle, right? So if you throw a hard noodle against the wall, it will break. But if you throw a cooked noodle against the wall, it'll stick, right? And that's what you want. You want to be able to have a good balance in your body, flexibility, elasticity, and strength as well. So yoga is wonderful. I would say start with a restorative yoga class.
All right, well, great. Well, Stephanie, again, I want to remind everyone that you can go to Rise and Flow. There's a website we'll put on the screen for everybody. Go on there. There are interactive classes. This is a great opportunity for us to support our local business owners who have really just become, innovative in how they want to continue to offer their services. So definitely go to riseandflowllc.com. Lots of classes that are available, even for kids, correct?
Yes, yeah, we have Yoga Playground. Oh, it's one of my favorite classes.
So for all those parents that are at home with kids right now, we understand you, we feel you. Local businesses are coming to your aid. Go to riseandflowllc.com and you can find out more about those kids courses. I want to thank Stephanie once again. Thank you, Stephanie. I also want to thank my team. I'm here in Raleigh. I've got people in other offices that are helping to stream this show out. Mary, shout out to Mary, who's making all this work. Thank you guys for joining. Again, I want to remind everyone, we're going to do this every Saturday morning. Stephanie's going to be back next Saturday at 10 a.m. She's going to do another yoga session, and then we're going to incorporate a few other Mega Wellness partners so that way we can have lots of good information to share with everybody. We're also going to just get our own team up on screen. So I can't be the only one on screen. We'll get CEO. Yes, I'm calling you out, Craig. We're going to get, some of our district managers, Dan Keller, get folks on this show so that we can stay connected and offering great insights to our customers. We want to wish everyone safety. We want to make sure that you're staying active, and we definitely hope you're well. So thank you for joining us. Again, go to saturday.omegasports.com. You guys have a great Saturday. Thanks for joining us for our sneak preview.
Thank you.
Thanks, Stephanie.